Hello friends, it's Chrissy. I know we have just had our entrance into fall, but something you may not know about me and my little family, um, we love Christmas to a point that it might even be a little ridiculous, but you know, it's who the Bentleys are. So I was thinking about a few weeks ago about what I want Christmas to look like, how I want my tarot practice to look like with Christmas. I'm thinking about doing like an advent wreath out of cards and all of these things. I have plans. But knowing that sometimes decks that are made to order or decks that are international post may take a long time to get here, even though the fall has just started, this may be the time to think about holiday decks if that's something that interests you. Today we're going to talk about, I'm going to walk you through unpackage the Pixie's Whisper Tarot, and I also ordered 2 more Christmas decks today, knowing that if they don't get here for 6 weeks, if they're stuck in customs for a month, which tends to happen to me for things that are coming from Great Britain. I don't know why. It's just my pattern. I'll have them in plenty of time. So today I just thought, even though it's barely fall, that we'd walk through the Pixie's Whisper Tarot Christmas edition. This deck does not come with a box of any sort. Trying to figure out the best way to open this. I started opening it downstairs and got a piece of plastic on Albus, and he did not like that at all. So I thought, I'll just do the whole thing on camera. So one of the things that I really enjoy about this deck, where's my trash cup? There it is part of the charm of the Pixie's Whisper Tarot is that it's from Lorraine Music that takes traditional Rider-Waite-Smith imagery from Pamela Coleman Smith, but adjust it, blows up, expands certain pieces, minimizes others. So let's just do a little walkthrough. These are the backs. We have a cute little Christmas plaid. We have the title card. These are linen. They actually feel pretty similar to my deck, which is can never remember if it's 310 or 320. It feels like it's going to have a good shuffle, but let's walk through the cards first. We have the Fool, where the dog is much larger than usual, and the Fool is already in motion. It's almost like the dog is chasing the Fool, is following the Fool. I like this. I like the motion that we're presented here. For the Magician, he's inside of the cup, and all of the elements are really big. Of course, we have the ornaments along the top. I really like the size of the elements compared to the Magician, and really the need to harness them and bring them into something that's usable. The High Priestess, we've just winterized, added snow and a snow globe here at the bottom. The Empress with the holly and her little holiday tree, her little Christmas tree. Oh, and we've got holly in her crown as well. Of course, the Emperor is Santa. Of course. The Hierophant, we have candy canes here at the bottom instead of keys. And we have garland at the top. The lovers are wearing scarves. And in front of Christmas trees. The angel here is very Green Man. Oh my gosh, the Chariot. So we have Holly on the Sphinxes, and it's interesting that there's no figure in the Chariot. How I would read this, from my faith tradition, which I really enjoy the thought of like the star being the motion, that we don't know what we're going to find on the other side of following the star, seeing the star here as its own little entity. I love this energy. And also the C of the Chariot is gingerbread. I like this card. For strength, we have presents and trees and garland. The perspective of these last two cards have been very similar to the traditional. The Hermit, we have little woodland creatures. He's wearing a Santa hat, and we have Santa here over the moon. So one of the things that I think sometimes we miss about the Hermit is that the Hermit is in motion, and I think the Hermit is traveling. There's not this sense of immobility that comes with the Hermit. He is in motion, and I think this shows that. I also like that the star in the Hermit's lantern is the same star. I'm going to say it's the same star, even though there's a difference between an 8-point and a 6-point. There's a star in the Chariot, and there's a star in the Hermit's lantern. The Wheel of Fortune, of course, is a snow globe, and we have the creature moving up as a reindeer. This is so stinking cute. Justice, the curtains are candy cane striped. The Hangman. It's interesting that we have this sprouted growth, which we typically wouldn't see in the winter, but how that almost seems to be exaggerated here. And the stars of the garland, I like this Hangman a lot. This really makes me chuckle. That the reins on the horse for death are Christmas lights. And the darkness here of the sky and the snow really brings out the rising sun. Temperance. For some reason, the scarves just really bring me joy. The Devil, again, the scarves that I just love. And the skull wearing a Santa hat with garland. This is great. This is great. The tower itself is wearing a Santa Claus hat, and our figures that are falling have mittens. This is so stinking cute. The star. The snowflakes are beautiful. The moon. We have big Santa here in the moon. The sun. Oh my gosh, look. The expression of the sun here. That's really striking. Seeing this makes me really curious about the traditional, the non-holiday Pixie's Whisper. The horse here has reindeer antlers. Judgment. Oh my gosh. The angels comes bearing gifts. And we've got hats and scarves and mittens. And these little birds here are the throwback to, I'm assuming, are in the original Pixie's Whisper. I was thinking for some reason that this deck also had multiple backs, like the original, like the original Pixie's Whisper does, but I guess, of course, I'm wrong because they all look like socks that my husband would wear. But I really like these birds. The four corners of the world are gingerbread cookies. And the wreath is a holiday wreath. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, are all of the coins going to be gingerbread cookies? If so, I don't know if I can handle it. Oh my goodness, they are. So on the Ace of Coins, we have a kitty cat wearing a scarf. For the Two of Pentacles, we have gingerbread cookies being held balanced in the hands. We still have the rocky seas behind. I love it. Oh my gosh, the Three of Pentacles is beautiful. I'm a Pentacles person in my head, so that's probably what I'm going to say. It's okay, right? The birds are wearing little hats. I don't know how I feel about this Four of Coins. The skull is a weird choice for me. Just saying. The Five. These gingerbread coins are great. And I love how the window is decorated for Christmas. And it's made, this looks more like a restaurant than it does a church with like the fairy lights and the way the curtains are opened. That's interesting to me. The Six of Pentacles. These gingerbread cookies. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. The Seven with the lightning and the thunder snow. This is a little more ominous than I typically read the Seven, but it's fine. I'll take it. I love the Eight. This is one of, visually, this may be visually my favorite minor, just in general. I love the Eight of Pentacles. I love how closely we're zoomed in on the figure's face here. The scarf and the hat are adorable. The ornaments and the lights hanging from the tree. So even when we celebrate, there's still work to be done. And this little happy sun up here in the corner. Love it. And the Nine of Coins, she not only has her little bird, the big falcon has been replaced by a little bird. And we have the cat down here as well. I do not mind the repetitive imagery at all. I actually think it ties it together really, really well. And I think this is an instance where it could be really fun to play the game of like matching imagery and picking out all of the cards that have the cat on them, for example, and see what the similarities are in those cards. How intentional was that choice? And I also just noticed we have additional greenery around the Nine of Coins. And for the 10, somebody's getting a puppy. This is so fun. We have a full-on Christmas tree that I almost dropped here in the Page of Coins. I love this little fabric. The Nine of Coins, it's like he's wearing fitted pajamas. How stinking cute. The Queen of Coins with her massive gingerbread cookie and her Christmas tree. She's beautiful. Oh, and she's here with the curtains and all of the fairy lights and the wreath. And then we have the similar energy in the King. I'm curious how this will read, but as a study deck, as a niche deck, I think it's just fantastic. We have the Ace of Cups. The cup is all decorated for Christmas, and the water underneath. The Two with presents, and I would a lion angel has a Santa hat. The Three of Cups, what a party. The size of the cups in comparison to our figures with the ornaments on the top. Oh my, I'm totally smitten. The Four of Cups. The mirroring here this is obviously one that's being presented with the package, but this one, not the mirroring, is throwing me off a little bit. I mean, I'm here for it. Just acknowledging that. Oh, what a painful Five of Cups. There's so much here that he just can't see. The Six of Cups. It's interesting how the Six of Cups feels very Seven-ish. Like, I understand we have the children here, but I'm gonna have to really pay attention that I don't read the Six as a Seven, because it's all of the cups in the air. I dig it. Oh, the Eight. Walking away. The Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Cups, which what I think is interesting here is traditionally they're on a stage, not on the ground. So there's always this underlying awareness of, you know, what is a show, what is valid versus what is maintaining imagery, you know, your image, all of those things. The grass here makes this seem much more valid and not as many questions. Just putting that out. The Page of Cups. The Knight comes bearing gifts. The Queen of Cups. Wow, was her face always this disapproving? She has a little corsage, having memories in her snow globe. And then we have the beautiful sun and the King of Cups. Moving to the swords, going through the Santa hat. I love this two. This two feels almost Nine of Swords-y, because I see this as almost like this looks like pajamas to me. And this scene looks really, really cold with the water in her pajamas and all this open water and snow behind her. I almost went like this to zoom in, friends. But can she actually see? Are these her eyes underneath the blindfold? I'm gonna have to dig out my giant RWS. Three of Swords with holly on the swords, along with the four. We have holly on the handles as well. I'm really curious about totally lost the word. Shield, about all of the cards that the shield show up in, and what similar imagery is on the original Rider-Waite-Smith, because there's typically a window here. Oh my gosh, look how sneaky this Five of Swords is. This also looks, we have the thunder snow here that we had it in a major. Was a thunder snow in, sorry, sometimes I just get stuck, and I want to know things now, because if I don't ask the question now, I'll forget to ask the question later. Was it just in the tower, I guess? So we have the lightning in the tower. I feel like there was another card. You're probably yelling at me. Oh, here it is, in the Seven of Coins. So we have this matched, the lightning in the tower, the Seven of Coins, and the Five of Swords. That's interesting. But yeah, that's a, I don't like his expression. No, thank you. My favorite card energetically in the deck, the Six of Swords. I love the presence here in the boat. The Seven of Swords that has the Chariot in it. Oh, this is very interesting. First of all, he's got a scarf, which entertains me. But we have the Chariot in the Seven of Swords. Okay, and I just happen to have the original Seven of Swords right here because it was my card from yesterday and I haven't drawn from today yet. So I'm just checking to make sure there isn't chariot, like chariot imagery in this card, and I don't see it. This is curious. I like it, but it's curious. Oh my goodness, what an Eight of Swords. They're behind her. And we have the burning tower behind her as well. I'm going to be digging with this, friends. I am excited. I love the Nine of Swords that our figure actually has holiday themed sheets. And the 10. He's lost his little hat. And the sword has a cardinal sitting on top. The sun is rising. The page wearing the same corsage that the Queen of Coins was wearing, I believe. The Knight of Swords again with the shield. The Queen of Swords, my jam, my Christina Yang, with the cardinal as well. I like her cloak. With this zoomed in view, she also doesn't look very happy. And the King of Swords, goodness, what eye contact from the King of Swords. I'm here for it. He got stuff to tell me. For the Ace of Wands. The Two of Wands. I really want to do a side-by-side with the Rider-Waite-Smith. I probably won't record that for you, but trust it. Trust that it will happen for me. These are holly branches. We have the cardinal here as well. The Three of Wands, we have the same yellow-orange bird that we had in the Nine of Cups. The Nine of... Yes. So the same bird in the Nine of Cups we have in the Three of Wands. That is curious in imagery to reflect on. The Four of Wands, I really like this perspective, and the ornaments hanging here as well. This is, and the presents. I like this Four of Wands a lot. The Five of Wands. One of the most recent things, I don't remember where I read it. I think it was in the guidebook for Tarot Disassembled, where she talked about there's the one figure who's wearing a polka dotted frock, and no one's gonna wear polka dots to a fight, so how serious is this really? And that really shifted my understanding of this card. And here I like how really only one figure has contact with the wands and everyone else is just sort of like, are these going to hurt me when they come down? It's an interesting depiction. I love the Six of Wands. And he's wearing a Christmas crown here. And we have the Christmas wreath tied around the wand that he's carrying. The wands facing out this way have very Eight of Wands energy, which I think can talk about like what is coming. The Seven of Wands, poor guy. With the figure here being behind the mountains, I think it even calls into question like perspective, even more than the card traditionally does. and what we feel is mountainous, is that something we can just step over? So causing in here to, even more to question what defense looks like and how necessary is it. I think the size of the mountains and the figure being behind them even calls that a little more into question. I love the Eight of Wands. I know some people can get really irritated about the simplicity that's typically shown in the Eight of Wands, and I love it. I'm the opposite. If it's not just 8 wands moving through the air, I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I love the birds that come up from the original deck as well. And we have the lights and the holly on the front of the wands, like leading the way. I like it. I like it a lot. The Nine of Wands with the lion behind him with, there isn't traditionally a lion in the Nine of Wands, is there? I don't have a deck in order, but I do have a book that will show me. The Contemplative Tarot just happened to be close by, and I know it has pictures of the Rider-Waite-Smith in it. No, so we don't have, so we had Chariot that showed up in a 7 of something, a 7 of Swords. I don't remember, but we had a Chariot that showed up in a 7, and now we have a lion that shows up in a 9. Curious. The 10 of Wands. Again, this will be curious to me to pick out all of the cards with the cardinal, see what they have in common, all of the cards that don't traditionally have the skull in them and what they have in common. Maybe even looking at the design on the clothing and what they have, what those figures have in common. Not necessarily from an intentional space from the creator, because this may not be intentional, right? But being able to flex our, to practice, to extend our tarot muscles from this place of imagery. Oh my goodness, this Page of Wands, look how regal. Oh, look at this fun thing I found. The Knight of Wands, we have the same curtains, it looks like in each of the suit. We have the shield here again. The Queen of Wands with her poinsettia, very homey. Her face almost just feels a little more welcoming than the Queen of Coins did, which is what I think of as homey, but she just feels, the facial expressions, being able to see them clearer is bringing me pause. And the King of Wands. There's so much imagery to play with here. This is curious. I enjoy it. So let's see how it shuffles. If I didn't drop it, they have a little of a smell. Not a big smell, but a little one. Oh, that's a very nice shuffle right out of the package. Very nice shuffle. They smell like, I'm not a big smeller. I recognize that smells go away, but they almost smell like the shuffled ink decks, which I think have a little bit of a grapefruit smell to them. These may smell a little more gasoline-y. You can tell that I'm not like a wine taster or a coffee connoisseur, right? These smell like grapefruit. These smell a little bit like gasoline. These are a fantastic shuffle, like A++++, as I'm imagining Mrs. Shields writing Ralphie's grade out on the chalkboard. A+++++. Why is there not a Christmas story tarot? Why is that not a thing? I'm really disappointed now because I would use that thing year round with like with the leg lamp being the star inside of the hermit's lantern. Oh my gosh. Or just the leg lamp being like the Hierophant. All right, let's just pull a little 3 cards and see how this thing reads. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do a little deck interview. So, how the deck sees itself, how the deck sees me, and the work that we will do together. Oh, I went one too many. When they go everywhere, that really means I'm done with the shuffle. Because I could shuffle these all day long. All right, so how the deck sees itself. We have the Ten of Wands. So how I read the Ten of Wands is like, where are we making things harder than they have to be? Where are we carrying things that may not belong to us or may not belong to us in the way that we understand them? Like when we, make one trip in with really uncomfortable grocery orders instead of making 2 trips out from the car. So I see the Ten of Wands as like, this is not heavy. Don't take me too seriously. How the deck sees me, we have the Page of Cups, emotionally curious. I love this. I love this. And what is our work together? We have the Knight of Swords. So moving forward into new understanding. I think it's really interesting here that basically we have a 10, an 11, and a 12. All have different suits. So the deck views itself as kind of carrying the load, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to feel heavy. Views me as being curious, and our work together from this place of like, it looks like it's serious, but we're just here to shift our thoughts, to look at things in new ways, and for like a increased pace of understanding. Like I'm always entertained by how the horse looks a little bit scared here. So our work together is like not to be underplayed. That there may be surprise with the shifts that come through this work that feels not so serious. I am very excited to use this deck. I'm kind of bummed that it's not even October yet. I'm recording this on September 30th. But I'm bummed that I won't be able to use it for a while, but I'm also excited that it didn't come with a box. So I've got to find fabric for a wrap. And I just noticed that we have the thunder cloud, the lightning cloud, the thunder snow, and the Knight of Swords as well. I'm going to be playing with this deck a lot. There's going to be a lot of sorting. I'm very excited. Yay! So friends, this is the Pixie's Whisper Tarot. I ordered this from Etsy. If I remember, I'll put the time that it took me to get the deck. The deck was not scheduled to arrive, like the shipping estimate for me to receive the deck when I ordered it was between October, I think it was like 11th and 17th, and I received it on September 30th. So my copy came through quicker than was estimated on Etsy. I would not depend on that, but just know that for me it was about almost 2 weeks, a week and a half earlier than it was expected. So Merry early Christmas. I can't wait for this holiday season, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you soon.